Hey girls, are you ready for a bedtime story?
Yay!
Tonight I have a special story that I think you're going to love. Okay, let's sit down here. It's called an annual business report, and that's a lot of fun. It was the year 2020. Both Tiger King and Murder Hornets were released in the same year. It did not bode well for Earth. On top of that, there was a pandemic, there was an election, and a lot of uncertainty hanging in the air. Unemployment was widespread, fear was rampant, life as we knew it had abruptly changed. And this is the story of how a church decided to trust God and that He would be their strength. Now, if you study economics, you learn that times of uncertainty compels people to hold on to their resources a little tighter. Businesses, they tend to cut back on new hires and big investments, especially large capital projects, which tend to have a high degree of irreversibility. Anyways, it was to be expected that the slight dip in attendance and all the uncertainty hanging in the air would mean a decrease in giving. But that was not what happened. New Life Assembly of God saw an increase in over 20% in giving. That's incredible. Missions giving held strong, and they even added 8 new missionaries. This church was not going to give up.
But what about the kids?
That's a great question you had there. So glad you asked. The kids, they raised $1,500 for BGMC. That's enough to buy 54 princess outfits.
Huh?
Yeah. The teenagers, they broke a new record, giving $4,373.27. That's enough to buy, let's see here, 35 Tennessee fainting goats.
What?
Yeah, I know. I know. Don't ask me how I know that. Anyways, all in all, the church gave over $72,000 to missions, but it wasn't all going to missionaries across the ocean. Over $2,600 in cash and gifts were given to pregnancy services, Hannah's House, Convoy of Hope, Gleep Christmas baskets, and much, much more. All of this because of the generosity and faith of the church.
But where are all the pictures?
Oh, I am so glad you asked. Thought you'd never do it. Here's a line graph. Let me show you. Here's a line graph of the pastor's happiness per technical problem in service. You see here, over here, she's hopeful over here. There's 0 technical problems. Now, by about 2 technical issues in the same service, she's a bit miffed. Now, you get back down here to about 4 technical problems per service, then she's irate. Now, if we get up to 6 technical issues in one service, then her salvation is in danger.
Those are not pictures.
You're right. Okay, let me flip to a couple. And all of that despite the circumstances. See, in the Bible it says, "Consider it pure joy, my brothers and sisters, whenever you face trials of many kinds, because you know that the testing of your faith produces perseverance." So, remember when we addressed the uncertainty factor in investments?
Yes.
Okay, good. Well, instead of shrinking back, the church invested heavily in the future. They built a brand new website, purchased radios for the security team, they painted the church, they added new gutters, bought a camera and video editing computer, they added new lighting, they bought a drum set, and last but not least, they got a brand new ADA compliant toilet! Yeah, no, you're laughing, but it is the most preferred toilet in church now. So, but what happened then when the state shut down? Do you think the church gave up?
No.
No, it did not. You are correct. Instead, they began holding online services, actually having the highest attendance for a Good Friday service ever. They held an outdoor service. They visited members who couldn't be with them, even if there had to be glass between them. District youth camp was canceled. But teens went on an unforgettable road trip instead. Now, this is not a testament to the resiliency of the human spirit, but the Spirit of God at work in His people. His kingdom will go forth, and His name will be proclaimed to the ends of the earth forever and ever and ever. Wow, I didn't even have to read the appendix that time. It was quicker than the phone book.